So the exercise for us started about 3 years ago when the ITF board asked us to look at prize money increases. They haven't changed for many years, in fact decades, for both men and women, and I think before making those changes we wanted to be sure that investment on the part of nations would be well received, would benefit players, and that really caused us to undertake a lot of research into both the pro circuit and the junior circuit to make sure we understood the landscape really well. So the review itself, both reviews in fact, involved extensive data analysis and also probably the largest stakeholder surveys we've ever undertaken in the sport. And the findings were really interesting for us. From the pro circuit side, we realised that there are simply too many players playing, over 14,000 in 2013, and the vast majority of those players either don't earn a substantial amount of prize money, or in fact in many cases they don't earn any prize money at all. And I think the other interesting fact for us was simply the huge number of junior players that are competing on the pro circuit. They do that at the moment because they can, and there aren't any proper constraints in place, and there's no qualifying standard, frankly. So those were really interesting findings from the pro circuit review. From the junior review, I think the main thing was that most of the findings complemented the findings of the pro circuit review. So we knew we were on the right track, and you know, we were more certain than ever that those two activities need to be aligned going forward, and they probably are to a degree at the moment, but they need to be a lot more in the future. So we had a number of recommendations that came out of the two reviews we undertook, and I think the most important of those was to have a true group of professional players. Our recommendation is approximately 750 male and 750 female players, just so that players understand what they're aspiring to achieve. And certainly when you leave the junior game, you're not immediately a professional player, you're an aspirant professional player, and it's only when you reach a certain ranking level that you can actually say, now I'm a pro and now I have a chance to earn a career from the game. You won't do that straight away, and to make sure that the pathway is clearly understood by all the players, we wanted to add a little bit more structure to the existing system. And the way that we're going to do that is by introducing a transition tour, so that when the players leave the junior game, they enter into this interim phase and they'll progress through there, hopefully quite quickly in many cases, certainly for the talented ones, and then they'll go on to playing in professional tournaments. So in terms of creating a new transition tour, I think the aim was not to reinvent the wheel, but to use the existing structure as much as we possibly could. So we decided to reposition the level 1 tournaments, which offer $15,000 in prize money, take those down into a new transition area, allow that to be the interim phase for the junior players playing up from the junior game, and then keep all of our level 2 tournaments, so $25,000 and above, keep those as professional tournaments and still offering ATP and WTA ranking points.